TV. Gonna grab a drink or three, because you know it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. Two lads from Yorkshire and another bloke from Somerset, supping and chatting away with each other. You never quite know what you're gonna get. Mark is a spark and his barbs are sharp. He has us crying. For an electrician his banter is electrifying. There's a designer, the guy with the cider. John is the landlord and they're all on Happy Hour TV.
Good evening, folks. Welcome back. We've had a little break. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. We're back here for another Happy Hour TV. So thank you very much for taking time to join us. While I've got your attention for a little moment, please hit that subscribe button and also hit the reminder bell. That'll tell you next time that we pop up. We're going to be on for the next number of weeks in the run up to Christmas, and we're glad to be back. So it's great to have you with us. We've got our usual chaps here. We've got John and Mark. Say hi, guys. Well, hello. And let's start. Let's find out what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. It's been a couple of weeks we've had a break, so what have we been up to? Go on.
Yeah.
Go on, John. Go on, John. Let's go with John first, because it's been an interesting few weeks, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, it has been an interesting few weeks. Yeah, it's been bloody depressing. I can tell you that much. Trying to keep an eye on the government, you know, what they're deciding to do, the noises that they make. It's all very, very blue indeed. And yeah, they've kept us shut. They've put us in tier 3, this stupid tier system which doesn't function properly. And this whole lockdown doesn't function properly. But yeah, so we're not allowed to open. We should have reopened on the 3rd. No, the 2nd, whenever it was. We should have reopened, but that became irrelevant in the run up to it because they decided to move the goalposts.
Yeah, just moving that to one side a little bit. You've been doing some tech stuff, projector wise. It's just been a catalogue of errors for you, Jod, recently, isn't it?
Well, it's like the first lockdown. I decided to put a positive spin on the being forced to shut, so I invested some time and money into the pub in some areas. Yeah. So I refurbished the gents' toilets. I did several other things, and so yeah, I decided that I would take this opportunity and treat it as an opportunity, as a silver lining to every cloud. Yeah. And I decided that I was going to breathe a bit of life into my cinema projection room, where I like to show international football, things like that, any international sports really, anything that's free to view.
If I'm there, it's usually karaoke. Yeah, I mean that's what it's used for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, so sorry, did I say that out loud? So I decided to invest an absolutely whopping great big sum on a new projector and new amps. To really give it some thumping sound. It's just a nightmare. Okay.
Spent weeks rewiring and trying to plug everything in.
Yeah, well, the first amp that I bought turned out to be a pup. So I had to get a refund on that, and I took delivery of the new projector, which cost me an absolute arm and a leg. Actually, it really was an arm and a leg. It's
a decent one. You've got a fairly decent one there.
Incredible spec, yeah. Mm-hmm. And great delivered, and it's
knacked.
I've had to return it.
Yeah. John, to catch people up over the previous weeks, you've had numerous pets, and the last hamster was called Bo Peep. That's not to be mentioned. And then we've got snails. So how have the snails been?
I've got no idea.
Are they growing?
No.
You've not noticed them grow much?
It might have grown.
But it's negligible, you haven't noticed it?
No.
Okay.
They will be growing because they are African land snails, but negligible really.
It'll take a bit of time. All right. Cool, and the cat's doing all right?
Cat's doing great, now it's eating Bo Peep, yeah.
Moving on, Mark.
Go on, Mark.
Well, Last few weeks, still no change on the job front.
Oh,
I'm still just kicking about the house and getting under Sam's feet, and
I bet she's loving that.
she's wearing thin, I think.
Yeah. Have you done all the DIY jobs that she had listed for you?
Well, I'm just getting into I need to find stuff to do now, so I've found a few little projects to be getting on with now around the house.
Well, should be
I've
pleased
had
with
me
that.
4, 5 weeks, 6 weeks off, so I'm thinking, I better start doing something down there now.
Yeah.
So I've got a few jobs lined up this week.
Lauren's in the background. Lauren, has John done any DIY jobs?
Yeah.
Has he been busy? Have you been keeping him busy?
Yeah, decorating.
Very good. Kitchen's all sorted?
Yes.
Kitchen's all sorted.
It's finished now, isn't it?
Yeah. Good.
Don't know how I managed that.
And there will soon be 2 more bedrooms finished.
Superb. Yeah.
But
Get
on the job front, I might actually have a start on Monday.
Oh, really? Fantastic.
Yeah. Going back with a company I used to work with a few years ago. So we're going to be working at Bolton Royal Infirmary.
All right. Okay.
Doing one of these, I don't know if it's one of these temporary hospitals or something. So fingers crossed it comes off.
Fingers crossed you stay safe, right?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Good. What are we drinking, chaps? What have we got on the go? Let's shall I tell you about my past few weeks?
Yeah, come on then.
Oh goodness
Go on,
me!
Yeah.
Right, partly we've been offline, haven't we? You know, for Happy Hour TV. But the one of the reasons behind that is my computer died on me, and I work on this computer all day, all night, getting jobs done, and it died on me. So I was about a week without it, and work-wise it just stacks up. So I've been playing catch-up for a couple of weeks. It's been a bit of a nightmare, and I've the backup of data was the concern, but I've been working flat out to try and catch up. But I'm there now. So, and we're back. So go on. What are we drinking? I'll do for my.
News that you're back on track, Neil. By the way.
I'm on a cider, as to be expected.
Vino.
You've got on a bit of white wine, John. You're not on beer, and you're on red wine.
I'm on red wine this week as well, yeah.
Goodness me, that's not right, gents. Bring your beers back, for goodness sake.
I've got no beer. It's all.
It's all off tap now, isn't it?
I should have a shed load of beer. I should have a load of beer, but I don't have any.
No, it's not good. It's not good.
And the thing is, the stock that you've got, the stock that you've got in bottles or cans, and bottles in particular, those can stay in there because they've got a longer life, I'm guessing. So, but that's stock that you need to keep hold of, isn't it?
I mean, generally speaking, I drink real ale. So if you compromise a cask of real ale, then the clock really is ticking. It's just going to go to vinegar. One day it will be sour.
Right.
So I can't mess around with the casks because I might only have a couple of beers every day. That would mean that at least 3/4 of it will turn to vinegar, and there's just no point in it.
No.
Okay, right. Let's clinky in, gents. And are you needing
I've
to?
accidentally just sucked all that.
Oh, cheers.
I'll move on to round 2. Go on. My trust is stayed, and who needs a glass?
But on the pot.
Are we ready for what happens next? Shall we do that?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Or John restocks.
Absolutely.
Go on to that.
Yeah.
We need another bottle.
I want it now.
We need another bottle.
Here we go. Right, what happens next? You know how this goes. I'm going to show you a few clips. I've got some good ones for you this week. Let's go on to clip number 1. Here we go. Okay, this was an advert that was on TV some years back. What happens next is what's the product? All right, you might remember the ad, but what's the product? Here we go. Okay, what?
I'm hungry right now.
Oh, what was the? What's the product? All right.
It's got to be ketchup, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Or mustard.
Yeah. It's got to be, hasn't it?
Easy. Here we go.
Go on in, Ando.
You can't have a hot dog without your ketchups. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Did you know that, or is it just because it's a hot dog you know that it's going to be ketchup? Have you seen the ad before? Yeah. Brilliant. I love that advert. I think it's great. My dad is a big fan of Dachshunds, sausage dogs, and he'll love that ad. Right, here's your next one then. All right, here we go. We all know this feeling, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let's. John, what would you have done at this point?
He'd have already had a heart good smack in his mouth.
I would have left the shop.
Freezer.
I would have left the shop and walked off.
Oh my days, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing. When it happens, it's so embarrassing.
Yeah. I remember our little one doing exactly the same, and I remember picking her up and walking out of the shop and leaving the missus inside shopping or whatever, and having stern words with her outside and just sort of saying it stops, and we'll go back in again, all right, and we'll try again. But it's just when kids melt down, it's just a meltdown, isn't it?
Yeah. There's no stopping it, is there? You can't stop it, can you?
John, what do you think the advert's for?
I reckon is going to grab a banana out of the fruit and veg section, stick it straight in that child's gob, and then they're going to say, this supermarket has always got the freshest, ripest, biggest fruit going.
Go on, Mark. What's your thoughts?
I think it's going to be for a beer.
Okay.
The dad needs a beer. he just can't handle it. He just can't.
Yeah.
A bit more a cigarette. He just needs to wind down.
Okay, here we go.
Razoo condoms. Fun.
Brilliant.
Enough said with that. I will move on. Let's go on to the next one.
These potatoes are for the crisp makers. Ugh, here they won't come up.
We're too good to be any old crisp.
Okay. Do you remember this one?
What year is it?
Oh, it's probably quite old. Yeah. Mark would probably know this.
I think I remember it.
Yeah.
You really? Wow.
It was in colour, John. Yeah, it wasn't that far back. Any thoughts? Right, so my question to you is, do you know the song lyrics? Right, now you've got one note, right, out of that. Can you remember this one, Mark?
I think I can, yeah. If it's what I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
is it Smith's Crisps?
It is Smith's Crisps.
Yeah. We wanna be Smith's Crisps. We wanna be Smith's Crisps.
Superb. Here we go.
We wanna be Smith's Crisps. We wanna be Smith's Crisps. We're not budging until we make you see that if we were Smith's Crisps, if we were Smith's Crisps, what tasty light and golden crisp we'd be.
I better phone Smith's.
We wanna be Smith's Crisps.
Smith's crisps. So good, every potato wants to be one.
They were the crisps of the day, John.
We were
Yeah.
little blue
Smith's Crisps.
blue packet of salt.
Salt and shake. Yeah, you used to get salt and shake. Yeah, proper ones. Yeah.
It's still going about there, Smith's Crisps.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's still down here.
Yeah. But there you go. That was a Smith's Crisps. That song was what we were all singing in school. Oh dear. Let me get rid of that, and we'll go on to our next one. Okay, this next one. This next one is a bit longer, right? And it's shocking. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to put that warning out there. No bloke should do this. All right, here we go.
It's not got Marmite in it, has it?
It's not got Marmite in it. No. Right, here we go.
2, 1, 0.
I don't want to do it.
3, 2, 1, 0.
I don't want to do it.
Put the other hand on the rope.
No, I don't.
Take a 6-inch step to the right. Just not right there on the edge. Just like that.
Honey, I don't want to do it.
Put the 2 hands on the rope. You know I love you, right?
No, please don't push me off. Please
And
don't.
I am not. And right here. Right here. I'm not going to push you. I'm not going to push you. But if you stand here for more than 10
He's
more
not strapped on, though, is he?
3, 2.
Okay.
My toes are tingling.
I've shown you the point, right, where he does push her off, all right, because that's an obvious. Okay, all right. What does she say next? What is she saying?
I'm not strapped on.
No, what is she saying as she goes down? Mark? She's perfectly fine. She's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I need a poo.
I've no idea.
What would you say? Someone's just pushed you off. What would you say?
You're flipping. Oh, words to that effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. John?
Well, yeah, I'd be screaming all sorts of crap.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's save the swear box. Let me put the screen back on. Then have a listen to this. This is genius. Have a listen.
What'd she say? I just got dumped.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. There you go. There's your what happens next. Yeah, I think I'd be saying, similar to what you guys were saying, but I think.
Well, she was the one that stood there strapped on, wasn't she?
Yeah. They hugged it out in the end. All was good. I'll put a link to that in the description, and if people want to go and watch it, it's a great video to watch. So there you go. There's your what happens next.
Okay, chaps. So, first question of the evening is: have you got any curious or interesting facts about yourself which you think that we aren't aware of? Unique.
I don't know whether people know this. Some might, but I'm a magician. I'm quite a good one. Not to be kind of big-headed, but yeah, I'm all right.
Do you do things like, do you pull loads of tissues out your arm like that? It's been a mile long.
No, I'm not a kid's magician.
Can you pull a rabbit out of a hat?
I'll tell you a little story about being a kid's magician, right? When any magician or any aspiring magician thinks, oh, I could turn this into a business, right? I could go out for bookings. The first thing that you think of is children's parties, right? And that's not really what I probably was best at, right? So I'll tell you a couple of times when this kind of came to the forefront. So I was all dressed up as a kid's magician, all jolly, right, and happy. I had purple Dr. Martin boots, right, that were sparkly. Right, purple, right, so I looked a little bit funky, with funky boots, right, and I had colourful tie and a bit of a wonky hat or whatever it was, all right, so I was all geared for doing this, kids magic thing, and no word of a lie, if anybody is a magician and they think they can do kids entertainment, it's a great business to get into, because every parent wants a magician for a kids party, right? Loads of work out there. You could probably fill your diary, all right? But it's not for me. I remember telling one kid, his name was Malcolm, right?
Malcolm's always terrible.
Poor kid being called Malcolm. Anyway, this little kid was called Malcolm, and I remember saying to him, he was a right irritating little kid, and I went, Malcolm, sit down. Like that, right? And I thought, I'm not cut out for kids' parties because I'm telling kids off, right? Yeah. And then there was another occasion. Where is it? It's in the metal case. I've got a metal case right next to me here, right? In that metal case, I've got confetti wands, right? It's a wand. It's a hollow tube, right? And stuffed inside it's stacked full of confetti. Right. I was doing my finale trick at another house. This is a different house now, right? I was doing my finale trick, and the idea is, this is the first time I've used these wands. Never used one before, right? The idea is that you flick the wand up, it throws up some, confetti, and it flutters down around me. What a lovely finale, right? When I turned up at the lady's house, right, to do this party, the ceiling was about an inch above my head. I was in some old cottage, right? Oh, yeah. I'm like, so my finale, and you rehearse everything, right? The finale is you flick the wand up, ta-da, finale, hat off, But I knew I wouldn't be able to flick it up because I could touch the ceiling, above my head, down, right? So I thought, I tell you what, I won't throw it up. I'll throw it out above the kids. They'll love it, all right? Okay.
And you lost your grip.
Right. So this is what happened, right? There's a lounge in front of me, and then there's an extension further on, right? So it goes into the kitchen, right? We're probably talking 15 feet, all right? Okay, so not a lot, probably 10 foot in front of me, 5 foot into the kitchen, let's say, right? Thought this will work brilliantly. Flick out the confetti, right? Scatter over the kids, they'll love it, right? So, finale comes, flick the wand. This wad of confetti flew over the kids. The kids didn't see it. It was like a bullet, right? Okay. The mother is in the kitchen, right? She's in the kitchen. It hits her on the chest, all right, this wad, right? And suddenly, the amount of confetti in the kitchen, right? Right? The kids are all sat there looking at me, right? Because they didn't see anything, right? They're all looking at me, and I've gone, ta-da, right? And the kids are all sat there, pan-faced, you know, all bored, you know, because they're kids, right? And they're all looking at me, and I said, turn around, right? And look at your mum in the kitchen. And they all turned around, and that was the most magical moment, right? Because the kids all turned around to me and started clapping, all right? So I had the clap that I wanted, but the mother's face was like daggers. Right? She was not happy at all, you know, that she'd just been hit with this wad, you know, of stuff that had literally just like expanded and like fluttered everywhere. The whole this prop that I had, I didn't know is good enough for a stage. All right, the amount of confetti coming out of this thing, I thought it was one wad. This wand had half a dozen pieces in. You know, half a dozen wads of this stuff or whatever, and I flicked that at a whole lot, and it can fill a stage.
Oh, really? And then in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Decorated birthday tea.
It was. I think I did about 3 children's shows, and vowed never to do any others. And I've bought loads of props for doing kids' magic. And it's all in boxes and stuff out the way. I've never used it since. I've got puppets. I've got puppets back there that have never been out of their box, you know, because I had a puppet routine, you know, all geared for kids. Yeah. There you go.
Mark's out of work at the minute. Maybe Mark can get
Never a puppet,
Oh dear. There you go.
I think I could do the kids' parties either.
Oh, no. It's hard work. Yeah. I soon realised that. Yeah. I then tried a mentalism routine, a bit like a Darren Brown. It was in a working men's club in Essex, and it just fell on his ass. It really did. Right, and I thought, no, this ain't going to work. I can't be a mind reader either. You know, I had to try and work out what kind of genre, what kind of, you know, magic it was that I was doing and things, and hopefully I've nailed it now. But like, yeah, before it was just dreadful. Dreadful sort of, you know, working out what works, you know. Yeah, there you go. Go on, Mark. What don't we know about you other than you're Scottish?
No, we'll pass over. Well, I'm not sure if I've mentioned to you before, but I've been a participant in a bone marrow donor.
Really?
Yeah.
Goodness
so I was actually a donor of bone marrow.
How does that? Would they extract and then they put it into the next person? That's bizarre.
Extract, yeah, because I've been on the bone marrow register for a number of years, say 20 years, and they keep getting odd letter through saying you're a possible match. So you send off a load of sample.
How on earth do you get involved in that? Have you been involved with something before?
Well,
it's not something that people think of straight away and go, oh, you know, I'll donate to that.
We were just an appeal going once. When I was working at the council, Bradford Council, and there was an appeal. We were asking for like people to sign up to the bone marrow donor register.
And so you've been on the list and completely forgot all about it until you were a match one day.
Pretty much, yeah. I've been on it for about 15 years, 20 years. So I've been called a couple of times as a possible match. So what they do is, once you get identified as a match, they just ring you up to say, are you still willing to participate?
Do they pay you for that? What's the deal?
It's all voluntary. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 'cause it's,
And are you out of action for a day or two or a week? How long does it take to...
well, I would have action for a couple of weeks because there's a certain procedure they can do, which is a bit like giving blood.
Yeah.
They can strap you up to a machine and it just extracts, like, it's stem cells, so it's just like taking blood, takes blood out, puts it back in with the stem cells removed. But I had some underlying health issues with my eyes, so I couldn't go through this procedure. So I had to go and actually do the proper procedure, which is extracting it from your hip area, from your bones.
Wow.
I had to go into hospital for a couple of days.
It sounds fascinating. Mark, let us have the link. Let us have the link. If people are interested in this, because I know some people will be, if people are interested, let's stick the link in.
Yeah.
And if people want to, sign up, then they can do, or at least find out more. And it sounds amazing, doesn't it?
The organisation, it was the Anthony Nolan Trust. So, and obviously, if you look up the Anthony Nolan,
who did you help, and Mark?
You don't know any of them details. It's all patient confidentiality and data protection. So you've no idea who it could be.
And you've done it once.
Nobody I knew, so
you've been called for it twice, but you've done it once. Is that right?
Yeah, I've gone through a procedure once. I've done the samples a few times, to be honest.
Right.
But what they do is they send you an envelope through the post, and it's full of like 12, 15, like sample bottles.
How on earth do you give it to? How on earth do you give it to them?
Well,
what are they getting?
What do you mean?
How are they getting it from you for a sample? What did they get from you?
Basically, I had to get into the doctors and get somebody to take blood samples.
Right. Okay.
So then you get 15 whatever they're called, syringe fulls of blood.
Yeah.
Post these off somewhere, and then you just wait and see if you get a call back. And fortunately, I did get a call back saying you were a match. So you go through.
Yeah. So somebody's out there that's been helped, by that.
Well, fingers crossed, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
well done, man.
We'll stick that link in there for the Anthony Nolan thing.
Yeah, you can do, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Fantastic.
Cool. Go on, John.
Well, that is a tough one to follow, actually. Right?
Oh, isn't it? Yeah.
I wish I'd gone before you. But, so an interesting fact could be that before I started life as a publican, I was an electrician.
Okay.
And I worked for a company called NG Bailey's and industrial and commercial construction and maintenance work, really. And I did my apprenticeship with them. Apprenticeship lasted about 5 years or so. And I think it was in year 4 or year 5, it was in year 4 that I qualified, and year 5 was my extension, because I did building service engineering as well. And I was put forward for an award for the best existing electrician in the UK, and I won it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
In 2008, I got an award for being the best sparky in the country. Yeah, and I ended up going down to.
Have you got an award in the pub somewhere?
I've got a crystal trophy. Yeah. It's not in the pub. It's upstairs. It's in my office.
Yeah.
In fact, is it in my office?
Go and get it, John. Go get it.
Okay,
go get it. Go get it.
That's it. It has been dropped a couple of times.
Yeah.
Can you?
We kind of get the idea. So it's a nice little glass, glass trophy thing or whatever. Lovely. Hey, that's cool, that, man.
Yeah.
See the engravings on there?
Not really, because it's all out of focus.
Not with my eyes.
But we can see it, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so it says.
I just worked out your name on there. Go on, tell us what it says. Yeah.
Experienced existing work of the year electrical. John Rossiter, sponsored by the National Electrotechnical Training.
Goodness me.
Good stuff, mate.
So yeah, went down to the British Library in London to receive this award. It was a champagne reception, all very la-di-da. Some nice fodder, and it was none other than Chris Akabusi that handed me my trophy.
Right, doing a battle.
Oh, he's larger than life. He is.
Oh,
yeah.
I've got good fun, yeah.
Got some photographs with Chris Akabusi.
Superb. Yeah, good. Very good.
And then you jacked it in.
Well, it was actually the next year, yeah, that it all came to an end. Yeah, it was. It was the following year that it all came.
So you made good use of that accolade, that little, bit of fame, for a minute.
Yeah, one day I'll go back to it and wire up a light bulb somewhere and, and do a thesis on how
I've been playing with electrics while I've been doing bits. Look, it's all sat here waiting. Yeah, just testing stuff. I know a little bit. I know a smidgen, compared to you two.
Switch off your phones. It's pub quiz time. Over to Mark.
Right then, gang, we've got a new addition this week. Lauren is going to join in with the quiz this week. Yeah.
So she'll play the role of the guests, right?
Yeah.
For guest points.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Me and John are on 5 points each.
Is it five?
Yeah.
Oh. Good then, yeah.
Lauren will pick up guest points if she wins this one.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yep. So this week we're going a bit different. We've got something new to introduce as well. A bit more high tech in his week off. In his couple of weeks off.
Very good.
We've upgraded the software.
Yeah.
So if you can grab your phones.
We're all set to go, aren't we? Let's share the screen. Here we go.
I'm not cheating. Are you cheating, Lauren?
No.
Right. These questions have got a time limit on as well. So the quicker you answer them, the more points you receive for the answer as well.
Okay.
But it's time based as well on these answers.
Okay.
Right,
here we go. Ready to start?
Ready? Yeah, if we're all ready.
Let's click
Question 1.
I'm nervous.
Which of these was the highest grossing movie of the 90s? Pulp Fiction, Titanic, Jurassic Park or The Matrix? Ooh. One person went wrong there.
It was Neil.
Here we go.
No.
That's our film, that woman.
Oh, John.
83, bro. That's my
John's out in front.
Okay, here we go. Next one.
True or false? An ostrich can run faster than a horse. True or false?
Bloody hell. I got it wrong.
I got it right. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
You must be on top now.
Ooh.
See how quickly you can change about.
Look at Neil's face now. Happy in it now.
Here we go. Next one.
What's the 15th letter of the alphabet? N, P, O, or R? Short time on this, so you can't do it.
Oh, God. Well, that's Neil again.
I did make that question purposely short.
Goodness me.
I can't put my phone down. That's a disadvantage. If I have my phone down there, but yeah. A lot of them would copy me. Yeah.
Goodness me.
See what happens here? Oh, he's on fire.
You're on fire, Neil.
Look at this.
Oh.
Neil's got a streak of 3.
Oh, 7 to go. Here we go.
Question 4. Who played the Grinch in the 2000 film? Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, Mike Myers, or Steve Carell? Put in.
Yeah.
No change here.
Here we go.
Next one. What is this flag? Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, or Bolivia?
Bloody hell. That's a complete wild guess.
Streak gonna end here.
Oh no!
Has it ended? Has the streak ended?
The streak has ended. Now I've got a streak. Too.
Question 6 coming up. What was written on the license plate of the DeLorean in Back to the Future? Time rule, out of time, back of foot, or DMC12? Ooh, a mixed bag there, a mixed bag.
It's Neil, he's done it again.
Oh,
What, toe rag?
I have no idea why you invited me, Neil. Through these lockdown quizzes, you knew.
Oh dear, here we go.
no. 7. Big Ben is the name of tower, clock, bridge, or bell?
Oh, it's that, no, I got that wrong.
Shit, I don't even know.
I would tell you, but there's a
Oh, mixed again.
Oh, flipping Nara.
Oh, nailed.
Done it again, Annie.
Smashing it.
He's way out, isn't he?
Come on, score, for God's sake.
Well, now, 8. Question 8. In what year did Coronation first air? 55, 1950, 1960, or 1965? Go on, Lauren. Catch up points here.
I don't know, I'm just guessing.
Oh,
I
nailed it.
got it right!
It's actually the 60th anniversary coming up in about a week or two, isn't it?
Is it? Goodness me.
Yeah. They were debating in Parliament today, I think.
Were they really? Why?
Oh, exactly. Why?
Yeah.
The more important things in the world at the moment, like Brexit or
We're talking about frigging Coronation Street.
talking about Coronation Street. 9. Who was the oldest member of the Beatles?
Bloody hell.
George Harrison, Ringo Starr, Paul McCartney, or John Lennon?
They were all about the same age, weren't they?
There's not much in it here.
Not a clue.
Mixed bag again. I think it's over. We're all playing for second place here. Right, final question, I think.
Oh, God.
How many millimetres
Oh.
in a pint? 568, 562, 568, or 572?
I want to know how many points each person gets in this answer.
Oh, God. I'm not sure. Oh.
Now you could expect me to get this wrong.
Oh,
Oh.
those.
Oh no!
Picked up the porcelain. And Neil's out in front.
Oh dear. Very good.
Well, thank you for letting me play.
Thank you for participating.
Partly mine is the stuff legends are made of.
Oh dear. Very good.
Just breathtaking, mine says.
Just breathtaking.
Excellent.
Oh dear.
Good fun.
Well done. Thank you for that, Mark. And we'll do those again. They're good. I like those. Yeah, good.
It's so teasing trying to get you to answer it quickly, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Jump into it.
Quick. Excellent. Quick quiz that one.
Yeah. Thank you, Owen.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your time, Adam. Okay, chap. So, if you think back to your youth, and you know, maybe at school, have you had any injuries or ailments that stand out in your memory? Something which is a bit alarming, a bit shocking for you. Something you'll never forget.
I remember when it was really windy, right? We must have had gale force winds, and I remember seeing a young kid. He must have been in the first year, right? He was hanging onto a railing, and he was horizontal, right? It was like full on wind. This poor lad was holding on. Right? I remember going over and helping him, and just pulling his legs back down. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
We all used to do that with your coats, didn't we?
That was windy. Yeah.
We all used to do that with your coats and put it over your head and get blown across the playground as well.
This poor lad was screaming. It's like, poor lad. Obviously, I had a bit more weight, so I just kind of toddled on over and grabbed hold of the poor kid and pulled his legs down and got him to safety. But yeah, that was funny. Yeah. I don't know who it was. I ain't got a clue. It was some first year, some little lightweight. Go on, Mark. Any thoughts?
Yeah. At we had middle school in them days. So we had 3 schools. So you went to middle school from about, I can't remember.
I never really understood this.
Until about 11.
We never had this in Somerset.
Yeah,
we did. Well, where we were, we didn't have middle schools. Never heard of them.
I think we were about 9 years old to 11 years old. Went to middle school and then upper school. But so I was in middle school, a place called Pollard Park, and it was lunchtime, and we were just messing about on the school football field. And I wasn't very tall at that stage, so I was one of the smaller ones. And we were just like, I wonder if we can touch the crossbar of the football pitch.
Yeah. All done it, yeah.
Your school shoes have not got a lot of grip on them, have they? on wet grass. So I run up to this crossbar, jump up. I'm never going to get anywhere near it. And as I've come down to land, my shoes have just gone bang. And I've just put my arm out, and my arm's just gone. My arm's just.
Oh, goodness me.
Basically, my arm's just broke in the wrong direction.
That's gross.
So you wander down to reception room, don't you? School secretary, that is. I'm hanging off everywhere. Anyway. Yeah, I'm like, oh, no, you're not all right here. You better come and sit down here, aren't you? Sat in this room.
Goodness me.
Sat room and your arms all bent.
Actually flopping everywhere, was it?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I broke my arm anyway.
So, did you do both bones, ulnar and radius?
No, it was just the wrist.
Oh, the wrist.
Just the wrist. Just broke my wrist. So it was just a funny angle. And as soon as I saw it, we just went, yeah.
Does it get any gym today?
We'll ring your mum.
And did she come for you?
Yeah, we had to go to the hospital then. Get a pot on it.
Why didn't they ring an ambulance?
Just rung my mum. So my mum had to come out of work, get there, get me to the hospital.
That's me.
Then I went to hospital and they put a stucky on it.
A what?
A stucky.
What's that?
I knew you wouldn't know that one. It's what they call a pot. It's
A pot?
In Scotland.
Stucky.
A stucky.
A pot. Scotland.
So going along those lines, John, mine involves blood. It's the left thumb, all right. The tip of my thumb met a chisel. All right, we're in CDT, right? And I've got a piece of foam, you know, because we're doing like foam, you know, prototype stuff, you know, we're in craft design and realization, they called it. CDI. It wasn't CDT. Yeah. Everyone else had CDT. All right. Yeah. We had craft design and realization. All right. So what we had to do is we had to make prototypes. All right. I can't be doing with stuff like that. So I had a piece of foam and I was just hacking at it. All right, with my chisel. All right. And in the hacking of the chisel, I've gone straight into my thumb. All right.
Yeah.
Now, you'll know that you've got a pulse in your thumb. All right, that you can check your pulse with your two fingers, but if you check the pulse with your thumb, you know, you're getting double readings, right? Because you've got a pulse in your thumb. So this just starts like there's quite a bit of blood, you know, coming out of my thumb. So I remember cupping me thumb in, all right, and closing it up, all right. But it's producing a fair amount, and it starts coming down my arm, all right. I go up to the teacher, right? That's all the gory stuff done. I go up to the teacher and I say, "Sir, I need you like this." And he's got his back to me, and he says, "Not now, bird. Just wait. I'm talking to this one. You know, I'm talking to this pupil, right?" So I'm just kind of stood there going, "Well, that's awkward." You know, I started to feel a bit queasy now, and I'm like, but sir, like this, right? He's gone, "Quiet." You know, and he's still talking to this pupil, and I'm stood there and I'm holding onto the table, right? And I'm thinking, sir, I need you, you know, I need help or whatever. And he turns around and looks at me and he goes, "Well, what are you stood there for? Go to the MI room," like this, right? So off I trot, you know, all halfway across the school, you know, now, and I'm dripping blood everywhere on my route, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I've still got the scar now, so, you know, you sort of bend your thumb back a bit. I'm surprised that I didn't slice my thumb off, you know. Yeah. It actually went down into the thumb, you know, it went in, you know, that way. So I've got this scar that goes across the top of my thumb here. Yeah, yeah, chisel. Always remember that. Not for the chisel, not for anything else, just the amount of blood. It was all down my arm. It was
like, been pretty sharp then,
yeah, it went straight in. Yeah. There you go. Go on, John.
I had when I was younger, middle school again.
What is it with these middle schools? I've never heard of them.
Oh, they've done away with them now.
Yeah, we didn't have one in Somerset. We were a bit more modern down there. Yeah.
When I was middle school, because now people of like Toba's age, that when they'll have gone to grammar school, they'll have gone from a primary school where you got kids from 4 years up to, I don't know, 9 or so, and just suddenly you're in a school where there's 16, 17-year-olds. You know, that's a massive leap. Whereas middle schools were brilliant because you went there from the age of 8 to 8, 9, 10, 11, or however old you were, and then you went to another school then where you were all teenagers.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, it's right, isn't it?
Not knocking on the door of being 9 years old. You were knocking on the door of being a teenager.
Well, if that's the case, I wouldn't have been able to have helped the lad that was being blown away in the wind.
No.
He needed the older years there to put him back down on his feet.
Oh my god. Anyway, so I was in middle school, and it was the years precursor. I think I was in year 6 actually, and it was where you started to get put into sets for your lessons. and it was almost like the stepping stones on your way to your GCSEs. So you get into the best sets for you, and then you continue on your educational path to the GCSEs, and we all got this letter. Right, we're going to go on a school trip. Who wants to go on a school trip? So I take it home to my mum and dad, and there's a school trip to Austria. They're going to go skiing. Right? It was bloody expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Expensive.
Still are.
Are they?
No, we're doing Toby's school.
Hideous, absolutely hideous. I never had that luxury. Never went
I
away.
think that's part of 800 quid.
Yeah, well, it was a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's don't go.
No. Well, because I was a turd at school, my mum and dad said, "Look, if you do well at school, then we'll send you on this trip." And I said, "I'll do well at school." So, put the deposit down, got all the skiing kit, and I went skiing. I went to
Blimey neck.
Brilliant.
It's not just the cost of the trip; it's the cost of all the kit. If they're kitting you out with new coats and things like that to get you over there.
I went sledging in it for years, so it wasn't like a waste. It wasn't waste of money.
Yeah.
I mean, and fantastic memories.
Not up here. I mean, it would be in Somerset. We would never wear it again.
This is all very true.
Yeah. You can deal with 6 foot of snow up here. It's like
when I went skiing, I had a bit of an issue, and it's hard to sort of, because you've got these massive goggles on, you've got your big coat on, your zips up to there, and you're all like, and you got your poles, and you're right to the top of this mountain. It's still snowing, it's chuffing, freezing, really exhilarating. The adrenaline is pumping through you. Fantastic scenery, wonderful. But it's almost like you're gagged. It's almost like you're gagged. You don't really speak to people unless you stop and you unzip a little bit. And I woke up one morning and I was and I had a bit of a sore throat. I went to the top of this mountain and we were all lined up, about a dozen of us. And I realised all of a sudden that I couldn't breathe. Like, no. Anyway, so I started whacking people next to me.
Darth Vader.
That's like... Seriously, that's exactly what I like.
Yeah. Goodness me.
And lad next was like, bloody hell, I think it was Mr. Austin. He was the science teacher, brilliant bloke. And this lad next, sir, you can't breathe. I was like, right, follow me. And we've been doing these, right? You learn to ski and you come down mountain and you go that way for a bit, then you turn, you go that way for a bit, then you turn, and you zigzag. You zigzag all the way down mountain, right? Well, he said, right, follow me. And we went straight down this mountain and we were getting some serious speed up, and I just kept on going, flaking out and crashing. And then he'd come like, give me a shake, and one of the lad who said he can't breathe, he was asthmatic, and he had in his packed lunch
a little ventilating thing,
an inhaler.
Mm-hmm.
And the three of us, well, the man who took me down to the bottom of the mountain, he won't have been huge, because it only took us a couple of minutes to get down there. I mean, I wasn't completely blocked, but I was like, ugh! So I was getting a little bit in.
Yeah.
It wasn't completely sealed off.
Oof.
You know?
Scary.
I had the inhaler, and I could sort of breathe then. But I still didn't speak for almost.
Was it altitude that had caused that, do you think?
No, I went to a doctor. Well, I went to an Austrian doctor, and they, I don't know what they said. It's an Austrian. But when I came back, they said that I had a wheeze. So they didn't. They said it's not asthma. it's a wheeze.
Yeah.
So they gave me an inhaler as a
Preventative thing, just yeah.
It was a reactive thing.
Mm-hmm.
Allergic to Austrian cats or something like that.
Oh man.
Goodness me.
But it was bloody scary. It was bloody scary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right, boys, haven't you got homes to go to?
There you go. Thank you, Lauren, for joining us for the quiz. Thank you for the reminder. It's time that we should be packing up for this week. It's great to be back. So thank you guys for joining us, and thank you guys. We've enjoyed that. We've had a couple of. You've eaten loads of snacks, John. You've been eating all evening.
I'm eating dates now. Dates.
Very good. Oh, beautiful. Remember, it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. It's Happy Hour TV. Hit the subscribe button, tap the like button if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to hit the notification bell where it'll pop up on your phone and tell you when we're next on. Thank you guys, really enjoyed that. Don't forget Anthony Nolan. The link is below. Go and have a look at that. Sounds really interesting. So we'll put that down there. Good. Cheers, guys, and we'll catch up next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.